Hi guys, welcome to the Tulare Public Library. This is Miss Sarah, and today in honor of Dia de los Niños, I have with me Chef Anhi Southard from the Asian Taco. So we're going to be talking to her a little bit about her business, and then she's going to show us how to make something. I'm so excited. So Anhi Southard, what inspired you to become a chef?
Okay, so don't tell my mom, but when I was growing up, she wasn't the greatest cook. So a lot of the times, a lot of dishes she made, I would have to use a lot of ketchup to kind of make the taste a little bit better. So I decided to start cooking myself to be able to eat, I guess, more creative meals. And as I got older through high school, because of that, it really inspired me to want to be able to cook overall. So pretty much since then, I've always wanted to have my own food business.
Awesome. So how long have you been running your Asian taco business?
It's been less than a year. So pretty much in May 17th will be 1 year that I've had the business and have been running in Tulare County.
Oh, wow. And tell us about your fusion cuisine, because I understand this is Asian tacos. That's kind of different.
So I was living in London a few years ago, and their food scene is very eclectic, but they're not known to have very great Mexican options. Sorry, London. And also they do have a lot of Asian options, but Korean food is not really one of them. So when I was living there, I really wanted to come up with a menu that would honor both sides, because I'm Korean, I'm half Korean, and I have a lot of family members that are of the Hispanic culture. So basically, I thought, like, what would be some really great recipes that I could marry together, since fusion is not common here especially. It's not common over there, and it's just something I think a lot of people are not familiar with. So living there and having the time to myself, I decided, like, let's make a menu and let's kind of fuse two things that lots of people love together to give them something that they've never had before.
Oh wow, what a great idea. So what is your favorite dish to make?
I think my favorite dish, so I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the dish huevos rancheros. I actually like to make it with fried potatoes. So I call it huevos rancheros con papas fritas, and instead of a tortilla, I'll make pan skillet potatoes, and then I like to add a little bit of either, if I make chicken chili verde or ham, and I'll mix it all together. I make my own salsa, and then obviously cheese and beans. So that's my favorite dish to make. I make it all the time. I love to eat it.
That sounds wonderful. So when kids come, what is it that they usually like to get off your menu?
Kids love quesadillas. Like, hands down, it's all about cheese and meat, and I would say chicken quesadillas are probably the most popular that I usually will sell to kids, or chicken tacos. So I know a lot of kids aren't familiar with some of the sauces that I use, so I'll either put it on the side, or they just want chicken and cheese, that's fine. But totally the most popular dish, without a doubt.
Oh wow. And now I understand you work out of the food truck, so
yes.
Can you prepare everything in here that you could in a regular kitchen?
Yes, this is a commercial kitchen inside, so it's permitted to be able to hold food overnight properly. It has commercial equipment, so I can do prep, I can cook on it, and I can just keep all my food on there as well.
Oh wow. Okay, so what dish are you going to share with us today?
So it took me a minute to decide, because I know that quesadillas are so popular, but I wanted to make a sope. And at first I was thinking, do I want to make it more traditional? But since, it's awesome to be multicultural, I decided to make a fusion sope. So it's going to be a chicken kalbi sope with Hispanic and Korean influence.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. All right. So we're going to stop right here, and she's going to take us into the kitchen so that we can see how to make this. All right, so now Chef Anhi is going to show us how to make this delicious dish.
Hi guys. So this is my setup for chicken sopes. It's a chicken kalbi Korean marinated sope dish. And I'm going to show you some of the ingredients that I use. I already have a batch of chicken that's made, but just to give you a better idea of how to make this, I'll mix it up for you. So since I'm on a food trail, you got to be pretty much nifty with the software, the preparation stuff that you use. So I'm using a cup right now. But for the marinade, this is a very popular Korean marinade that people use for bulgogi. And you can use it for chicken, you can use it for pork, you can use it for beef. It's really personal preference. But what you want to start off with is you want to use 5 tablespoons of soy sauce. Very important. Koreans are very big garlic lovers, so 2 tablespoons. If you want a little bit more, go for it. Sesame seed oil is very important. It's very aromatic and it gives you a great flavor. So put about 2 tablespoons of that. And you want to use basically about a pound of your favorite meat. Sesame seeds, of course, you can use about 2 tablespoons, but it's really up to your preference as well. And then this right here is sugar. So sugar, I think a lot of people don't realize, is actually very common ingredient in Korean marinade. So I like it a little bit sweeter, so I use about 3 tablespoons, but you can use about 2. Literally all you do is mix it up. Smells good. You smell it? And you would pour it onto your meat directly, and you should marinate it for at least an hour, but it's best if you marinate it overnight. It's going to give you the best flavor. So I'm going to show you how to put this bad boy together. So we're going to get some of the chicken that's already been marinated for a day, and the griddle is already hot. If you're at home, you might want to use a little bit of oil, but on here my griddle is really seasoned, so I don't really have to put anything extra on it. Excuse my phone. And I'll be heating up the beans. I make my beans from scratch every day. I make pinto beans. So I've already had this made, but we'll let this warm up on the side as we get the chicken ready. Now, chicken shouldn't take too long. Obviously cooked all the way. You don't want to get anyone sick. Get it nice and brown. Right, we'll leave this here for a minute. Get that kind of marinate together. And now I'm going to make the sope. I know a lot of people are surprisingly not familiar with sopes, but they're made out of the same stuff corn tortillas are made out of. They're just really thick. They're like a little disc, which is nice because you can stuff them. So if you're hungry, these are better than tacos, I personally feel. Alright, make sure the oil is hot enough. Always have a parent, don't cook by yourself if you're a kid. You want to be safe. The best way to know if it is ready to fry is when you touch the oil, it'll start bubbling. If it doesn't bubble, that means it's too soon, so don't start cooking quite yet. Alright, we're good. I can make all 3 of you guys one. I've eaten this so much, so I'm good. Okay, as that's cooking, I'll show you how to make the sauce I use for the topping. So I love sriracha. I'm a big sriracha fan. I know not everyone can stomach it. It's a little spicy. But if you add some mayo, it helps tone down the spiciness. So I like to do a 1-to-1 ratio. However, if you don't like it as spicy, use more mayonnaise than you would sriracha. But just get a little bit. Always important to put a little bit of sesame oil. Brings out a lot of flavor in it. And then you just mix. So when it mixes really well, it'll come out to a light, kind of an orange reddish color, very creamy. And I personally think this is the best condiment to go on Korean marinated chicken. give that a minute. One of the toppers that I like to use is queso fresco. So this is a very, very popular cheese that you can use in a lot of different Hispanic cuisines. And I myself make pickled cucumbers. I know it sounds really weird, but there's something about the sweetness and a little bit of tang that goes very, very well with this kind of cuisine. So we'll assemble this, show you what it looks like. Oil. Little beans. And a little bit of chicken. I like to stuff them when I sell them. And then to top it off, get this sriracha aioli that you made. Drizzle it on there. I like to use a lot. Top. And then our last component is the cheese. And there you have it, chicken calabay sope. Thank you.
Here, and she was so excited to meet Chef Annie, so she's gonna let us know how it is. Yes, let me get it.
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna go for it, Annie. This is too good, I think, to not
Yes,
just go for it. I'm just diving in.
the best way. Put it all over your face.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely good. Oh, it
Amazing.
looks really good.
I'll tell you why it's delicious. I don't know if you need this or not, but all of the flavors you described are perfectly blended. So I can taste the spiciness that's reminiscent of Korean. I can taste the yummy cheese and beans that's reminiscent of... Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna dive in more.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I have one last question. Chef Annie, how can we find you?
So I am located by Planet Fitness on Walnut and Demery in Visalia. I'm usually there from Wednesday to Sundays. I do have events sometimes, but my social media is very accurate as far as when I'll be there and if I happen to be somewhere else.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming, and this has been so delightful, and I can't wait to try these at home.
Thank you so much.
Bye.